St. Gianna Oratory presents Daily Thought of St. Francis de Sales for November 24th. It is not enough to say, I want to save my soul. It is not enough to say, I want to embrace the means suitable to arrive at eternal salvation. With absolute resolve, we must will and embrace the graces God presents to us. God gives us the means of salvation. We must receive them just as we must desire salvation as God desires it for us, and because His will desires it. From the life of St. Francis de Sales. It has been pointed out elsewhere that having completed his studies of jurisprudence, Francis de Sales was sent by his father to Chambéry to be accepted as an advocate by the Senate of Savoy. He brilliantly passed the customary examination, and on this day, November 24th, 1592, he was received and proclaimed an advocate with great solemnity. The young man believed it to be his duty to publicly thank the Senate and gave a brilliant speech in which he united the expression of his thanks to a magnificent eulogy on justice, calling it the virtue derived from God and descended from heaven, to be the support of nations, the protection of the weak, the consolation of the poor, and the hope of eternal joy for those who administer it worthily. This speech, spoken with such dignity and grace, was much admired by his listeners, who wanted then and there to see him honored with the title of senator. The plans of God, however, were totally different for his humble servant, and he did not fail to manifest them in a supernatural manner. Francis, after he had received his diploma, returned to Annecy with Father Deache. While he was riding on horseback through the forest of Sonax, his horse suddenly stumbled, and he was thrown to the ground. Francis's sword, which he carried on his thigh, slipped out of its scabbard and remained suspended above it so as to form a perfect cross. This strange phenomenon did not fail to impress the sensitive soul of Francis, yet, free as he was from any trace of superstition, he paid no further attention to the incident. He remounted his horse, fixed his sword more solidly in its scabbard, and continued on his way. But the miraculous event was repeated 2 more times. At this, Francis believed that he had a sign, a call from heaven to follow the standard of the cross. He called his tutor, an eyewitness of this happening, and revealed to him for the first time the deepest sentiments of his soul, in which he desired to be a priest.